In the year 1000 CE, the North Atlantic is a frozen hell. Waves the size of buildings crash against a wooden longship. Temperatures plunge below freezing. Ice forms on the rigging. Beards freeze solid. Breath crystallizes in Arctic air. Imagine this. You're trapped at sea for weeks. No cabin, no shelter, just you and the killing cold. How could anyone survive? Welcome to StorySphere, where we uncover the secrets of history's greatest survivors. For Viking crews, the stakes were brutal. Exposed to conditions that would kill a modern person in hours, they had no walls, no warmth, and, here's the kicker, no way to make fire. So how did they conquer the most treacherous waters on Earth without a single spark aboard? The answer will shatter everything you thought you knew about Viking maritime technology. Stay with us on StorySphere as we dive into the chilling truth. Excavations from 8 major ship sites reveal a shocking reality. Vikings never heated their ships. Not with braziers, not with hearths, not with any fire at all. This wasn't ignorance. It was calculated engineering, prioritizing safety over comfort. Their strategies were so effective, they enabled the conquest of nations and the discovery of continents. Let's break it down. First, the maritime reality Hollywood gets wrong. Fire and wooden ships are mortal enemies. A longship, made of pine, oak, and tarred rope, isn't just a vessel, it's a tinderbox. A single spark doesn't risk warmth, it risks everything. But how do we know Vikings sailed without fire? The proof lies in the ships themselves, preserved for 1,000 years, waiting to tell their story on StorySphere. The Skuldelev ships, uncovered in Roskilde Fjord, are a goldmine. 5 vessels, warships, cargo nars, fishing boats, dated from 1000 to 1070 CE, excavated by the Viking Ship Museum. They found water barrels, tool chests, ballast stones, even preserved food. But here's what stunned researchers. Not a single heating device. No brazier, no hearth, nothing. This pattern holds across every major Viking ship find. The Oseberg ship from 834 CE, cooking vessels, but for burial, not sea. The Gokstad ship from 890 CE, massive water storage, 0 cooking facilities. Even the 2020 to 2021 Gokstad excavation, using cutting-edge radar, found no trace of heating. The Sagas back this up. Norwegian Gragas law codes mandated 3 daily shore trips for cooks, 1 for water, 2 for meal prep. The Erbygja saga mentions drawing lots for food prep, but always on shore, never at sea. Vikings didn't use fire on their ships. But why embrace such brutal cold instead of risking a controlled flame? The answer lies in the terrifying reality of wooden ship fires. Viking ships used clinker-built construction, overlapping planks sealed with tar, gaps stuffed with animal hair, rigging waterproofed with pine pitch. The sail? Densely woven wool, slathered in animal fat, a massive torch waiting for a spark. With no bulkheads, no fire breaks, and an open boat design, a fire could devour a ship in under 4 minutes. Every surface was flammable. No fire-resistant hearths or protective systems existed. For Vikings, fire meant certain destruction. So, how did they survive weeks on frozen seas without heat? Picture this. Trapped in Arctic cold, no fire, no shelter. How do you not freeze to death? The answer, revealed on StorySphere, is a reimagination of warmth itself. Archaeological textile finds from Herjolfsens, Greenland, show sophisticated layered clothing that retained heat even when wet, a critical edge over modern materials. Vikings used different wool grades for wind resistance, insulation, and moisture management. But the real genius? Daily sleeve modifications. The Laxdale saga describes women crew members sewing men's sleeves shut each morning with bone needles and wax thread, not tied, not buttoned, but sewn airtight to trap heat. Before combat or landing, warriors cut themselves free with Sikh's knives. This ritual, paired with sealskin outer layers and fur-lined garments from wolf or bear pelts, created a portable microclimate. Greenlandic burial sites confirm this advanced textile tech far beyond modern understanding. But clothing alone couldn't save them during sleep. That's where Vikings deployed their most ingenious trick. Forget Hollywood's lone warriors in furs. Vikings used communal sleeping systems, documented in sagas like the Egil Saga. They slept in waterproof skin bags, likely the Hudfat from the Prose Edda, two-person sheepskin sleeping bags with fur lining. Two bodies in an insulated space generated compound heat, maintaining temperatures 15 to 20 degrees warmer than outside air. Crews were assigned sleeping partners based on watch schedules, ensuring the sleeping area never fully cooled. Ship reconstructions show they slept between rowing benches on platforms, above the coldest bilge air, with the sail lowered as a tent to trap heat from dozens of bodies. Even wealthy Vikings shared these arrangements. Survival trumped status. To fuel this, Vikings needed massive calories from food that didn't require cooking. Excavations at Hedeby and York revealed dried fish, ship's biscuits, nut bread, and fermented dairy, all designed for cold consumption. The Icelandic Saga describes a genius porridge system. Pre-cooked with butter and salt, it congealed into a nutrient-dense paste, eaten directly or mixed with cold water, delivering 2,000 to 3,000 calories daily. These provisions were prepped at extensive shore bases, uncovered in over 200 sites from Norway to Newfoundland by the Viking Ship Museum's Coastal Archaeology project. Land-based infrastructure was key. Viking longhouses, like those at Borg in the Lofoten Islands, had advanced hearths, airflow systems, and soapstone vessels, but these never went to sea. Mediterranean cultures used braziers and galley systems by 600 CE, but Vikings, Anglo-Saxons, and Frisians avoided shipboard fire due to their flammable clinker-built ships. Vikings chose speed and cargo capacity over heating, critical for raids and escapes. Could modern sailors survive using these methods? The 2007 Sea Stallion voyage, a Skuldelev reconstruction from Roskilde to Dublin, proved they could. Crews using Viking clothing, shared sleeping, and watch rotations maintained safe body temperatures in North Sea conditions. But physical survival wasn't enough. Over 50 Viking camps yielded 300-plus gaming pieces, dice, board games, carved items. These weren't just fun. They were psychological strategies to boost morale, what we now call psychological thermogenesis. Vikings also timed voyages to avoid winter, using weather windows and shore stops to minimize exposure. The Vikings conquered the North Atlantic not despite their lack of shipboard heating, but because they rejected it. Want to know the real secret behind their maritime dominance? On StorySphere, we've uncovered that their success came from advanced wool tech, communal warmth, strategic provisioning, and shore networks, not brute endurance. They reached North America 500 years before Columbus, built trade routes from Greenland to Constantinople, and shaped medieval Europe, all in open boats without fire. When winter bites through your jacket, when you reach for your heater, remember, Vikings chose strategy over comfort, safety over ease, collective survival over personal warmth. They didn't just endure the cold, they transformed their entire approach to thrive in it. Join StorySphere to explore more untold stories of human ingenuity. Vikings didn't need fire. They had cooperation, planning, and sheer strategic brilliance. And that made them unstoppable.